Officials say a security officer had overheard a couple talking about how they couldn't bring a certain something into the concert. Officials say the officer that he allegedly put something in a crevice in an outside wall. The security officer investigated that, and that's when they discovered it was a loaded handgun. The firearm was seized. Roynstad was questioned and then taken into custody. He has since been charged with reckless conduct and refusal to submit to arrest. A cannabis store owner in Madison has been arrested for growing and trafficking drugs. 40-year-old Daniel Safranek of Madison was taken into custody after Somerset County Sheriff's Office conducted search warrants at his business. It's called Simple Twist Cannabis Company. They also searched his home. It was alleged that he was selling and cultivating marijuana illegally. Over 2,000 pounds of processed marijuana, over 150 plants, a large amount of marijuana-laced products, and $1,800 in cash were all seized. Safranek's initial appearance is now set for November 5th in Somerset County Unified Criminal Court. After nearly 2 years, the U.S. Coast Guard has released its full report about an accident aboard an historic schooner that killed one person and injured 5 other passengers. In October 2023, the schooner Grace Bailey was returning from a 4-day excursion when its main mast broke and fell on its passengers, killing 40-year-old Emily Mecklenburg, a doctor at Penn Bay Medical Center. According to the report, passengers heard the mast make some loud noises before eventually snapping. The report also lists several recommendations to prevent an accident like this from happening in the future. One of the recommendations is to implement preventative maintenance measures. They indicated in their investigation that the mast had suffered some dry rot, which caused the wood to rot over time, and it wasn't being inspected properly, and that's what led to that deadly accident. Well, lawmakers and experts met virtually over Zoom to discuss what they say are the devastating impacts of the GOP's tax bill that made the largest health care cut in history. According to Maine Representative Mike Brennan, the recent Republican-backed budget reconciliation bill, which was voted into law, regresses Maine's health care system and will affect all Mainers, not just those on Medicaid and MaineCare. Brennan says the elimination of over 60,000 Mainers' health care will result in more hospitals providing care without compensation, which will then force those health care providers to charge everyone more money.
The importance of MaineCare and the MaineCare expansion during the first 2 years of COVID, hospitals saved $125 million in uncompensated care because we had the MaineCare expansion. That's going to go away.
In other news, this noon, as school systems continue to grapple with teacher shortages, new efforts are happening in the state to elevate that profession. Our Grace Blanchard shares more.
It's a really great feeling to be here and to see teachers doing extraordinary things.
This week at Colby College, educators from across the state are stepping back into the role of student.
Being in a space like this together really allows folks to network, to share ideas, to problem solve through some things, and ultimately I think to take that contagious energy back to their classrooms.
More than 100 Maine educators from pre-K to post-secondary are taking part in the inaugural Every Teacher a Leader conference hosted by the Teach Maine Center, an initiative that aims to be a hub for education innovation and support.
We're really hoping that by calling our conference Every Teacher a Leader, that we are helping to remind the participants that they have these things to offer and that they too can contribute to the narrative about what schools are doing across the state.
The conference offers various workshops designed by teachers for teachers. Organizers say these efforts also aim to address the workforce shortages and other challenges facing the industry.
Honestly, it's the most important profession. It is the future of our democracy, yet school budgets continue to be turned down because it is related to taxpayer dollars.
They also hope to prevent teacher burnout by reminding educators why they were called to teach.
Remembering that education is the profession that fills other professions is important.
I think teachers in general just want to change the world one kid at a time.
In Waterville, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Bar Harbor town office is closed again today while officials deal with a security breach. The town says a network breach took place on Wednesday, but the town now has full control of its systems and has removed access to those who got into the system. The office will be closed again today while cybersecurity professionals work to check the system and make changes so it can't happen again. There are no details on what system was breached or what type of information the perpetrators might have accessed. Well, we now know the order of the questions that will appear on the November ballot. There are only 2 questions to consider this fall. Question 1 will ask voters whether they want to require people to show a photo ID before casting a ballot. That would go into effect next year and would also eliminate some absentee voting options. Question 2, meanwhile, would create a red flag gun law in Maine. That would allow family members to directly ask a judge to order someone to temporarily turn over their firearms. Maine's current yellow flag law only allows police to begin that process. The lobster industry has been the lifeblood of Maine's coastal communities for generations, fueling local economies and keeping family traditions alive. But as our Alex Schley tells us, fishermen say they fear it could soon become a thing of the past.
And we're afraid that we're going to be regulated out of it.
In coastal communities like Stonington, lobster fishing is more than a paycheck. It's a deeply rooted way of life.
Really who I am, and it's as addictive as any drug. I mean, there's a physical need to do this.
But fishermen say that life is getting harder to sustain, especially for the next generation.
I have invested in my business big money when you figure the cost of my traps, rope, boat, everything. There's a lot of money I've invested over the years in my business. And, you know, with no security that there's going to be a fishery tomorrow.
In addition to the rising costs, some say the stricter regulations originally meant to protect the fishery could end up destroying it.
You don't want to enter something that you can't earn a living on or depend on. It's very hard to make a 10-year business plan if you don't know what your rules and regulations are going to be.
Fishermen say young people are less likely to get into the industry, not because they don't want to, but because the future is too uncertain to take a risk. Some fear that if something doesn't change, the industry could vanish overnight. Eaton says she fears that due to the regulations, Canada could take over the industry.
Look at what happened with the paper mills. In the blink of an eye, the paper mills were gone.
In Stonington, Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, we'll hear how severe weather has been impacting states across the nation and the latest from Washington, where President Trump's new tariffs have now been delayed. We'll hear why coming up.
Americans elected Republicans on the promise of lower costs and more choices. President Trump is already making America more affordable. Now, Congress has to do its part by extending the tax credits working families use to afford their health care. If they don't, premiums will double, families will lose coverage, and Republicans will lose in 2026. Senator Collins, keep your promise. Protect our health care, our GOP majorities, and our premium tax credits.
I see it. I like it. I want it. Yes, I do. Said I need it.
With Chase, you can get a debit card for your kids' independence.
Yes, I do need you.
And parental notifications, so you can keep an eye on how they're using it.
Still on budget.
Control for parents, freedom for kids. That's family banking from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Hi, I'm Tony with TC Hafford Basement Systems. All things basementy. Did you know that a cracked or settling foundation only gets worse over time? A small foundation issue can turn into a big nightmare. This affects your home's safety, decreases resale value, and can compromise the structural integrity of your home. We'll repair your foundation and put your home back on solid ground. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementing.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Newport, is brought to you by Irish Collision Center, a full-service auto collision repair facility located in Palmyra, within 2 miles of exit 157. Four Seasons Floral in Newport is a family-run florist preparing arrangements for special occasions, including weddings. And Muffler King, see them for auto repair, auto parts and supplies, and now auto sales on Route 7 in Newport.
We've got a 100-year-old company here, and it's because of the service, the quality, and the experience. It gets done right.
I think we've been doing it for so long. The only thing that we do, that when we walk into a room, we automatically know how to treat that window. We can take any product that the customer's looking for and make it work in just about any situation that they present us with. So
there's no reason to be overwhelmed. No. We can help you through it.
We're not going anywhere. We've been around for 100 years.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Now to the flash floods from Washington, D.C. into the Northeast. One boy tragically losing his life after being swept into a drainage pipe. Meanwhile, commuters left scrambling, some people in the New York subway climbing out of stations to avoid the rising water. Andrew Dimbert has more.
Severe storms and flash flooding slamming the East Coast. Emergencies declared in New York and New Jersey. Rainfall rates of 3 inches per hour, making a mess of rush hour. Water filling up this bus. More than 100 passengers had to use ladders and ropes to escape this Long Island Railroad train.
When they said we had to climb down, I was like having a panic attack.
Drivers trapped in vehicles along this expressway. Powerful thunderstorms hitting Pennsylvania. Multiple lightning strikes reported. In Maryland, the storm's turning deadly. A boy in Mount Airy was playing when he was swept into a drainage pipe.
The water was all the way across, and again, probably about chest level. There was too much suction, and unfortunately it ended tragically.
Outside Baltimore, water swamping roads, stranding drivers. Heavy rain also in D.C., this massive tree crushing cars. A different problem in the upper Midwest, smoke from Canadian wildfires causing some of the worst air quality in the world. Alerts issued from Minnesota to Indiana. Meanwhile, in Texas, we're learning more about the catastrophic July 4th flood that devastated Kerr County, killing more than 130 people. At a hearing, the county's emergency management coordinator, William Thomas, revealing he was sleeping as floodwaters swept the region because he was sick at the time.
I was awakened around 5:30 a.m. on July the 4th. By my wife, following a call from the City of Kerrville EMC, Jeremy Hughes, requesting that I mobilize.
But by then, hundreds of people, including 27 young campers and staff members at Camp Mystic, had been swept away by the rising water.
You should have been here directing that response. That's your responsibility.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Well, meanwhile, authorities in Arkansas have released more details about the shocking murders of a couple who were hiking with their children. Police are now saying the couple had been stabbed to death. Clinton and Kristen Brink had recently moved to the area and went for a hike on Saturday in Devil's Den State Park, their 2 young daughters with them. At some point in the hike, police say Mr. Brink was attacked by 28-year-old Andrew James McGann. While that was happening, his wife rushed their daughters to safety, but she was also stabbed to death when she returned to help her husband. Police say the suspect is a school teacher who didn't know the family. He appeared in court this morning and was ordered to be held without bond. A motive for the shocking crime remains unclear. The stock market falling as new government numbers show fewer jobs were added in June than expected. It comes as President Trump raises the tariffs on nearly 70 countries, adding to the economic uncertainty. Those tariffs, though, now on pause. ABC's Perry Russum has more.
The stock market tumbling today, down more than 700 points in the first hour of trading after news of a weak jobs report. New government numbers showing 73,000 jobs were added in June. That number worse than expected. There's also a major revision to the jobs report for May and June, showing there were 258,000 fewer jobs created than previously reported.
This signals that the economy is really treading water, that a lot of companies are being hesitant, are being nervous about expanding given the current economic environment. They are hiring a lot less.
It comes on tariff deadline day for countries to make a deal with the United States. President Trump signing a new executive order raising tariffs on nearly 70 countries. The tariffs go into effect next Thursday. All countries now face a tariff of at least 10%.
What's the holdup with the negotiations with Canada?
Well, they have to pay a fair rate.
Trump overnight targeting Canada, one of the U.S.'s closest trading partners. Trump raising their tariffs to 35%. It will not include goods covered by the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement, meaning most cars, car parts, and some produce will be exempt.
We like Canada. I love Canada. I have so many friends in Canada, but they've been very poorly led.
The president today once again attacking Fed Chair Jerome Powell for not lowering interest rates. Trump calling Powell a moron, saying the Fed's board should assume control. With unemployment and inflation ticking up, Powell Wednesday announcing he is not lowering interest rates.
We believe that the current stance of monetary policy leaves us well positioned to respond in a timely way to potential economic developments.
Back to the tariffs. Deals have been made with the European Union, the UK, and South Korea. The White House says talks with China are ongoing. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
And coming up on your noon report, the latest Hollywood news along with your weekend forecast. Don't go away.
Summer adventure awaits in a rugged new Honda from the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today during the summer event.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after trying Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq works differently. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling, as fast as 2 weeks for some. And even at the 3-year mark, many people felt this relief. Rinvoq can stop joint damage, and in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
AbbVie could help you save.
I've been bartending for 25 years. Tips are what we live on. You know, our tips pays our bills.
But Jared Golden voted against tax cuts on tips, overtime, and seniors on Social Security.
That vote really pissed me off. Just not looking out for American workers.
I rely on Social Security. The more they take, the less you have.
Literally taking more money out of our pocket.
It's not right. They're only asking for what they've earned.
To be taxed on that, it's not fair.
It hurts a lot.
Tell Jared Golden, stop selling us out.
It's the biggest homeowner mistakes. Do-it-yourself lumberjack? Better leave it to the pros. Unless you want natural skylights, doing your own electrical work is dangerous, and the results could be shocking. But letting just anyone replace your windows? Biggest mistake ever. Be a happy homeowner and leave this one to the best. The certified master installers at Renewal by Anderson. And for a limited time, get the best for less with this special offer.
Summer adventure awaits in a rugged new Honda from the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today during the summer event.
Now for the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Alex Stone.
Justin Timberlake revealing he has Lyme disease. The singer posting on Instagram he's been experiencing a massive amount of nerve pain as well as fatigue. It comes after fans observed some low-energy performances from Timberlake on his recent world tour, which wrapped up earlier this week. Lollapalooza is now officially underway. Olivia Rodrigo, Tyler the Creator, and Sabrina Carpenter headline the Music Fest, which is taking place in Chicago's Grant Park. You can watch them, plus dozens of other musical acts playing through the weekend by streaming Lollapalooza on Hulu. Josh Freese is returning to Nine Inch Nails. A drummer left the band back in 2008 and has since toured with Weezer, Paramore, and the Foo Fighters, the latter of which he was let go from earlier this year.
Stonehenge, where the demon dwell.
Elton John is teaming up with the legendary mockumentary band Spinal Tap. John and the fictional band will release a new version of their song Stonehenge. The song will also make an appearance in the upcoming movie sequel Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues. Succession star Jeremy Strong is reportedly in talks now to play Mark Zuckerberg in the upcoming sequel to The Social Network. Strong would take over from Jesse Eisenberg, who played the tech founder in the 2010 David Fincher film. The Hollywood Reporter was the first to report the news. The Bears' Jeremy Allen White and Honora's Mikey Madison are also reportedly in discussions for leading roles.
That was the worst pep talk ever.
Happy birthday to Jason Momoa. The Aquaman star is 46 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Alex Stone, ABC News.
Well, as we said earlier, it's a gorgeous day outside, and it looks like the nice weather will continue into the weekend. Here's Devin Biggs with a full look at your forecast.
Alrighty, Craig, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by the Furniture Gallery. Make your house a home and shop for your living room needs at the Furniture Gallery. The Furniture Gallery is a Maine family-owned company with locations in Augusta, Bangor, and Windham. Alrighty, our average high temperature is at 81 degrees. We'll be in the upper 70s today and tomorrow, and then we really start warming up Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday in the middle to upper 80s, and then we're back into the lower 80s Wednesday and again as we head towards your Thursday. All right, let's talk about the muggy meter, or the lack of a muggy meter, I should say right now. We'll be rather comfortable today all the way through a good part of Monday, but late Monday, dew points may make it into the lower to middle 60s, at least for a short time. Then Tuesday and Wednesday, at least lower 60s. Nothing that should be too ridiculous, at least moving forward. But otherwise, again, not much wildfire smoke, at least for a little while, but I'm kind of concerned as we head towards late Saturday and the parts of Sunday, as we'll be watching for some more wildfire smoke moving in. So hazy skies starting Saturday, maybe some more wildfire smoke that might be moving in our direction. There's a lot of it that will be parking over parts of Canada, and that might be moving in our direction. So air quality might be a concern by late weekend. We'll keep an eye on that. But for now, air quality is good. A lot of green dots across the state at this point. A few moderate areas, but no air quality alerts in effect at this time. Now, we have a front to the south that brought some rain last night along the coast. We had some clouds. Now high pressure is taking control, keeping things rather clear. So that means a lot of sunshine, maybe some developing clouds, but otherwise that's about it. Things will be looking very nice for us today with a lot of sunshine, maybe some passing clouds, and that's about it. Now, maybe some clouds tonight, otherwise mostly clear. A nice day on the way for your Saturday with a lot of sunshine. Now, Futurecast tries to get a little bit of activity coming up later on Saturday night. I do not buy that at all. I do believe we'll stay dry Saturday night. But otherwise, moving forward for today. Now, upper 70s, partly cloudy, and that north breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, for tonight, lower 50s, mostly clear, and that north breeze at about 5 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 70s, partly cloudy, and that northwest wind, at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by the Furniture Gallery. Again, today, a nice day, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s, partly cloudy again for your Saturday, highs in the upper 70s. We warm up Sunday, partly cloudy, highs in the mid 80s, upper 80s for your Monday, a chance for showers and thunderstorms, and then mid 80s for your Tuesday under a partly cloudy sky.
When allergies throw a sucker punch, the power of Claritin punches back harder. Nothing is proven more powerful for 24-hour non-drowsy relief. Claritin clears. Now try Claritin Liquid.
Central Maine Barns and Sheds, quality products built right here in Newport with a strong attention to detail. We have an incredible selection of pre-made options and would be more than happy to custom build a unit specifically for you. Central Maine Barns and Sheds has financing options available, including a rent-to-own program. We provide free delivery and setup within a 30-mile radius of any of our locations. Check out our full inventory at centralmainbarns.com or call for more information, 368-6177.
Spring is here, the warmth is creeping in, and before you know it, summer's heat will be here. Stay ahead of the season with the Fujitsu heat pump from Valley Home Services. Efficient heating in the winter, powerful cooling in the summer, without the hassle of bulky AC units. And with Efficiency Maine rebates, there's never been a better time to install one. Act now before the rebates are gone. Embrace the comfort with Fujitsu and Valley Home Services. Call or click today.
We can go into a room and have absolutely nothing in there, nothing on the windows, no color, no character, no tone to a room.
That's, I think, where we're strongest, is being able to help someone envision what's going to go in that window.
And we leave, it's totally transformed into something that the customer wants it to be. We've often been told we make a room look better just by leaving it.
Taylor Events and Equipment Rental in Bangor for all your wedding and events. Tents, tables, chairs, and more. Also see us for your home project equipment rentals. Taylor Events and Equipment Rental, 1179 Hammond Street in Bangor.
Today is the third day of the 78th Annual Lobster Festival down in Rockland, an event that brings people to the area from all around the world. And one festival attendee we recently met was Pete Lundgren from Howell, Michigan. He said this is his and his wife's first time coming to the Lobster Festival. Lundgren spoke with us about his initial impressions about our state.
Oh, it's just beautiful. The people are very friendly. First thing we noticed coming east is people are very friendly here. And courteous driving and all those things, you know, on a road trip that we're on. It's just been a fun experience.
Oh, we love to hear that. One director of the Lobster Festival told us one of her favorite parts of the festival is the Where Are You From map at the entrance of the festival grounds. That way visitors can write down where they're from as they enter or leave the festival. The festival goes from now until Sunday night. And just a quick reminder, we will also be covering the International Crate Race at the Lobster Festival on Sunday afternoon. You can find that on our Fox 22 channel. It will also be on foxbangor.com if you want to tune in and check it out as people try their luck running across all those lobster crates as they try to not fall into the icy cold ocean. I will be down there along with the crew on Sunday helping with some play-by-play of all the action. Hopefully you'll come up and say howdy if you see me down there at the Rockland Lobster Festival. That's it for now though, folks. We thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful day.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Newport, is brought to you by Harvey RV and Marine, family-owned, adventure-ready. Explore top RVs and boats, expert service, and trusted local support. Choose your adventure today. See Comfort Shoes and more for your perfect fit. They're across from Irving in Newport and have top brand shoes and sandals. Ray Plumbing and Heating is hiring a full-time experienced driver with our portable toilet department. Apply at our Ellsworth office or call.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
The following is a paid program for CarShield, America's most trusted auto protection company. Stay tuned for a few Hollywood icons like Eric Estrada, Ice-T, Vivica A. Fox, and learn how you could save money on car repairs with one phone call to CarShield.
Cars sure have changed from when I first started driving. Just look at the steering wheel. So many buttons, so much technology at your fingertips. Once you really look around, you notice there are computers everywhere in modern vehicles. My oh my, how things have changed. And that, my friends, is why it makes sense now, more than ever, to give CarShield a call. What was once a basic fix now involves more training, specialized equipment, and could leave you holding the repair bill.
Your car is essential to your way of life. It does more than get you from point A to point B. It's your office, your karaoke bar, quiet space, kid hauler, road trip maker, and family limousine. And once you find the one that fits your needs, you want to hold on to it.